Hi, I'm Allie Cartwright, and this is another episode of Q and Allie, where I empower you to live your best life. Today's Q comes from Annie, and Annie writes, Dear Allie, I have clinical depression, which is managed well with medication, but in the winter, S.A.D, seasonal affective disorder, adds an extra layer that even increasing my dosage doesn't seem to touch. Do you have any recommendations for me to make S.A.D not so bad? Thanks, Annie. First of all, I love the little rhyme there at the end. That was great. And kudos to you, Annie, for being aware of how your medication works for you and how it doesn't. Because everybody is affected differently by different types of treatment. And it's very, 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 very powerful to be in tune with what is doing what for you. Because a lot of people don't pay attention. They will just do a treatment without really noticing whether it's helping or not, or they'll do many different treatments at the same time and not really pay attention to what's doing what. And anyway, kudos to you for actually really being in tune with that. That's really super great. So S.A.D, S.A.D, seasonal affective disorder, is something that affects so many people, myself included, although it's a lot better for me than it used to be. And I do have some really great ideas for you to try out. I want to give you several different things that you could possibly try so that you have a range of options. First up, I want to tell you about a product, and I don't have a specific brand I'm recommending or anything, but they sell these lamps, these S.A.D lamps that are really great for giving you the natural light that you need to help you produce serotonin. So those range in price, but I think you can get a pretty decent one for around $30-$40, I think. Don't quote me. I'm not an expert. I don't actually have a S.A.D lamp, just to be clear, but I know several people who do, and they absolutely love them and say that they help their S.A.D so much in the winter. So I wanted to throw that out there as an option if you have the funds to invest in one of those. All the rest of my ideas are free, I promise. So one thing I want to talk to you about is the fact that in this modern society we live in, it doesn't really allow for the natural rhythm of the world. It doesn't allow for us to be in sync with the natural rhythm in the world. Because if you look at nature, things slow down in the winter. We're supposed to slow down in the winter. We're supposed to kind of take time to go inward, to reflect, and prepare for a new season of growth ahead. And we don't get to do that. We don't get to just sort of hibernate in the winter, even though our natural cycles really want us to take a step back. So if S.A.D is something that really affects you, it is probably a really good idea for you to take a look at your schedule and figure out where you can step back. Just, try to tap into your intuition and just see what feels really right to just kind of pull back from a little bit. And it doesn't mean you have to necessarily give things up, but if you can just be doing a little bit less this time of year, it can be really helpful for your body, because if your body is fighting its natural rhythm, that makes it even harder for it to produce the correct chemicals that you need to feel okay. And so the more you can do to help it, that's so great. It's really, really can be fun actually to sit and explore different types of self-care that feel really powerful to you this time of year. That's usually going to be things that are kind of more hibernation type activities, like, cuddling in blankets and watching a movie, or reading a good book, or soaking in a warm bath, that sort of thing. Just really, really slow activities that allow you to just sink in to the relaxation. Now, I don't want you to misunderstand me. I'm not saying that we shouldn't still do stuff in the winter. In fact, it's actually really important for those of us that struggle with clinical depression to keep our bodies in really as good of a condition as we can. And that means that in the winter especially, stretching is going to be really important. And stretching is a great way to have that, really good movement while stepping back from that fast pace. If you have never tried yoga, yoga is such a wonderful, stretchy way to get in tune with your body. It's really sort of a moving meditation because you get really, really in tune with your physical form and how your energy is flowing through that physical form. So I highly recommend checking out yoga if you've been pretty sedentary. And that happens a lot with S.A.D. as you get depressed and you do back off so much that you're just not really doing anything except what you absolutely have to do, and you're not really tuned into the relaxation of it. You're just tuned into the desperation to not do anything. So having some sort of stretchy movement practice can really, really help shift you away from the self-deprecating sort of laziness that we subconsciously beat ourselves up for, and help you step more into the, no, when me stepping back, me slowing down it's deliberate. It is a choice. It is health. It is self-care, and really allowing yourself to own that decision as a positive thing and see all of these slower actions as you being really, really strong because you're strong enough to be aware of what you need. Not I'm just being lazy. Well, I have to be lazy because I have depression. No. Please, please, please do not self-deprecate yourself in this way because it really does take away from the healing power of this practice. So the last thing I wanted to talk to you about is some different types of meditation that you can try out to help with your seasonal affective disorder. The first type I want to mention, and if you have watched any of my videos before where we've talked about anxiety or depression, you have heard me say this, but a daily grounding meditation is so, so helpful for anyone that struggles with anxiety or depression. I just can't recommend it enough. It doesn't need to take long. All you're doing for a grounding meditation is you are connecting your energy to the core of the planet. So you can visualize your energy going down into the core of the planet and connecting with that energy there. And usually light is the easiest way to visualize this. And then you connect with the cosmos, the universe, all that is, that light energy, bring that down, and you get this healthy, energetic flow going between our home, the planet, and the universe, all that is, divine energy, etc. And when you anchor yourself in like that every single day, it just helps your energy stay so much healthier, and that really, really, really improves depression and anxiety so much. Meditation practice actually changes your brain chemistry. It really does. So when you are doing this regularly, you can actually help teach your brain how to produce the chemicals it needs for you to function at its highest level, or at your highest level. So grounding meditation, so good. Beyond that, a couple others I want to mention is just doing a really powerful light visualization where you imagine your energetic field filled with beautifully brilliant white light, just filling every nook and cranny of your energetic field in your physical form. Just imagine that light just cleansing you so thoroughly and giving you that boost that you get from the sun. So just basically imagining the sunlight filling your energetic field and setting that intention that you are soaking in everything that you need. Super powerful. And again, it doesn't have to take long. Sometimes you'll actually be surprised. You'll start doing it and you'll finish up and realize that quite a bit of time has gone by. And sometimes you can be really shocked that it didn't take long at all. Time is so relative. It's really funny. The last one that I wanted to mention, though, is if you really feel overwhelmed with the different choices of what to do for your seasonal affective disorder, it can also be very helpful to sit in your meditation when you get yourself into the meditation, you're relaxed, you're tuned in, and just simply ask yourself, what will benefit me most? And then listen to what pops up. Because your intuition loves to help you align with your best life. So if you can give it a chance to tell you what you need, then oftentimes you'll be amazed at the things that will just suddenly come to you as a sense of knowing. And it can be a little bit of a adjustment getting used to trusting that. But one way you can know if you should trust it is if the answer feels expansive. It might feel a little intimidating, but if it feels expansive, then it's definitely something you should listen to. Okay, Annie, I hope that these suggestions help you out, and everybody else watching this video, I hope that you got some great information out of this. Just a reminder, if you have a question, you can email that in to submissions@alliecartwright.com, and you might see your question on another episode of Q and Allie. I'm Allie Cartwright, empowering you to live your best life. Live fully, laugh lots, and love yourself.
Be